Hi everyone, welcome back to MovieTube. I am here to watch Philadelphia for my first time ever, and I'm very excited. A lot of you had recommended it, and it has Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks. Double win. Let's go. I'm very excited. So I hope you are as well. If you would like to see my full uncut reaction, that will be available on Patreon if you haven't already seen, linked in the description and the pinned comment. But if not, no worries, sit back, relax, join me here, and let's get into it.
Bruised and battered, recognizable to myself. No, my
Those colourful coats.
gonna leave ways.
Kind of looks like this in Sydney right now because it's the end of autumn, like the last month of autumn, and it's cold and rainy and miserable. Not as cold as Philly gets, but cold for me, a little Australian. Oh.
Faithless kids.
Pestilent dust, limestone. It's messy, but innocuous.
The constant pounding of construction ringing in their ears, surrounded by this toxic dust.
That today is tearing at the very fabric of our society.
Let's not go off the deep end, gentlemen. But I don't believe you've proven irreparable harm.
Not yet, Your Honor.
No justice, no peace.
Is that you? Yeah, that's me. Miller.
Oh, yes, those phones.
Hello, Iris.
Client of yours?
Hold on, Iris. Excuse me, sir.
I said, do I look like I should be on a diet?
Andy, your blood work came back. I'm gonna come back in a few minutes and talk to you about it. All right?
Gonna have to start looking for veins in your feet, sweetheart.
The answer is no.
I've got some pretty compelling briefs that need proofing.
Since you've asked,
Your exam.
98.
Congratulations.
You need me in there?
No. 6:30. Go home.
Yes.
Hey, Mom.
Surprise, how are you?
Dr. Gilman says I am fine. My blood work is excellent.
Okay.
Honey, how about your platelet?
Oh, even my platelets look good.
Great.
Aww.
I'm fine.
And what are you doing?
He's very cute when speaking to his mum. 10:15 p.m.
Full inference from perspective.
Look at these computers. So cool.
Andy, Charles wants to see you upstairs.
I was just about to take a break.
Who's Charles?
The participants interest me, yes, sir.
Is this Charles with a fat cigar?
Which side is to see emerge victorious? And don't allow Bill Wright, Sanders Systems CEO, to influence your answer.
I'd like to see a highlight win this one. Antitrust and copyright were enacted to kind of bullshit that Sanders Systems is trying to pull.
Wow, he'll tell it straight to the... He'll tell it straight to his boss.
Couldn't find his way around copyright law with a map.
And more specifically, Senior Associate Andrew Beckett.
Ooh.
Thank you, Robert.
Days before we have to file.
All right, 10 days online. Thank you. Thanks. I'm overwhelmed.
Very exciting.
That right there in their forehead.
Oh, I got whacked in the head with a racquetball.
Charles, I sincerely appreciate your faith in my abilities. Faith, belief in something for which we have no evidence, not apply.
Oh, congrats, Andy.
Oh, no, go back to work.
Yeah, it's only 10:30 at night. Continue work, obviously.
Thank you, Charles.
9 days later.
The Highline complaint is right there on my desk.
Sure, you got it. Anything else?
I'm just going to be working out of the house here for the rest of the afternoon. Bye-bye.
Oh god, he's trying to use foundation.
Apply this foundation as
Mm-hmm.
you don't want it to look like you threw it on with a spoon.
Okay, well it looks like that currently.
Don't think this is just a little too orange for me? Think that I was taking a cruise.
Oh, ow.
Ooh,
Just like my cousin Frida.
so awful.
I think I need to go to the hospital.
For to get that serious over just 10 days, it's so quick.
Hello. You got a fever, baby.
Oh, this is my guy. Hello, hi. I came that close to not making it into the bathroom.
There's nothing to be ashamed of, huh?
What about my blood work?
We want to prep you for a colonoscopy. We want to take a look inside.
Things are not looking good.
Sounds delightful.
What do you need to do this? This is my partner. Yeah? He keeps records of all my hospital visits. I'm Dr. Klenstein. But it could be parasites, an infection. I mean, everything else. You know what I mean? Okay. Hey, you're not a member of his immediate family. I'm not? I could have you removed from the ER. He's sorry. No, don't apologize for me, okay? He's not sorry. Might hear from Dr. Gilman, and we can start from there, okay?
I know, but if you need a colonoscopy, you should do it.
I'll get on the lab about the blood.
Then again, I worked for a gastroenterologist, so I'm like, if you go to get it done, get it done.
I want you to sit down, and I want you to relax.
Like he's the patient now.
If you or someone you know has been injured, you may be entitled to a cash settlement.
Tammy's been beeping me, so...
No, we have a minor catastrophe going absolutely ballistic on us.
All right, calm down.
We can't find the revisions on the Highline complaint.
Slow down.
No. I brought it into the office last night.
Got more lesions.
A copy with correct.
Andy Shelby can't find it either.
Hard disk on my computer. Statute of limitations on this complaint.
And it runs out in 75 minutes.
Great.
It's not here, Andy.
I'm on my way.
Push.
1 month later.
Yeah, baby, it's coming.
I didn't expect that jump.
Oh my God.
Relax, Lisa.
Oh my God. Before she gets too old. Okay.
Before she gets too old.
Rolls bacon here, give me a call. Onion rolls bacon.
Because he's been injured. Give me a call.
How much?
He gave him a cigar.
Get it all over here because she's starving.
Celebrating. My gosh. He's crashed like he pushed out a baby. 1 week later.
You fall into the hole. Now you want to sue the city for negligence, right?
Do I have a case?
Yes.
Great.
You Iris, you take good care of Mr. Finley. All right, take care. Mr. Beckett. Mr. Beckett, come in.
It's good to see you again, counselor.
Innocuous. What happened to your face?
I have AIDS.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I sit down?
Yeah.
So why has he come to him?
You have a new baby.
Yeah, little baby girl.
Oh, it's a girl. Congratulations.
Yeah, 1 week old.
Was this at the time where they still thought that just by touching you can contract it?
What can I do for you?
I've been fired by Wyatt Wheeler. Plan on bringing a wrongful termination suit.
You want to sue Wyatt, Wheeler, Hellerman, Tetlow, and Brown?
Correct. I'm seeking representation.
Continue.
I misplaced an important complaint. That's their story.
How many lawyers you go to before you call me?
9.
Oh.
Continue.
The night before it was due, I left a copy of it on my desk. The next day, the complaint vanished. All traces of it gone from my computer. I was summoned to a meeting with the managing partners.
Oh, hello, Andy. Would you mind hitting the windows? Yeah. Come on in.
I must apologize again. Thank God no damage was done.
This time? What about next time?
There won't be a next time.
Things come over you lately, Andy? I don't know.
Some people think you have an attitude problem, Beckett.
Really? Who thinks that?
I do.
Geez, such a drastic shift from the 10 days prior when he was asked to take on the case.
And the future of this firm is no longer secure when your prospects are limited.
This is preposterous. It doesn't make any sense.
So you were concealing your illness?
That's correct.
But they...
Didn't you have an obligation to tell your employer you had this dreaded, deadly infectious disease?
Served my clients consistently, thoroughly, with absolute excellence.
And they don't want to fire you for having AIDS, so, and make you look incompetent, thus the mysterious lost file?
Yeah, okay.
I was sabotaged.
Damn, that's awful. But how did they find out? Was it just from the lesions that they found out?
I don't see a case.
I have a case. If you don't want it for personal reasons.
Thank you, that's correct, I don't.
Wow.
Thank you for your time, counselor.
So it's such a contrast to see such a top lawyer from such a fancy law firm come to this place. I don't know much about AIDS. I'd never seen these lesions in person, but they were really everywhere in the 80s. And
the HIV virus can only be transmitted through the exchange of bodily fluids.
Yeah, not hands. You can't just touch and get it.
Finding out all kinds of new things about this disease every day.
Yeah, there's vaccinations for HIV, thankfully.
Find out 6 months from now on the news. Yeah, you can carry it on your shirt or your clothes. What are you doing?
We're gonna draw blood.
Why are we gonna do that?
Why are we gonna do that?
I've known you since you were a kid, and I don't care a whit about your private life.
Thanks for the information, really.
With gays, Joe.
No, not especially.
Not especially.
Aunt Teresa is gay? That beautiful, sensuous, voluptuous woman is a lesbian? Since when?
Since when? Voluptuous woman?
I'm prejudiced. I don't like homosexuals. There, you got me. I mean, the way these guys do that thing, don't they get confused? I don't want to be in the bed with anybody.
Little caveman of the house.
You damn Skippy.
Little caveman of the house.
Stay away from your Aunt Teresa, too. You hear me?
Oh my god, from Aunt Teresa.
Guys trying to be macho and saying, I can't stand that shit. Would you accept a client if you were constantly thinking, I don't want this person to touch me?
Welcome to being a woman.
If I was you, honey.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're the TV guy.
Sir, this is the supplement. You're right. There is a section on HIV-related discrimination.
Thank you very much.
Is he going to try to represent himself? But he can't, because he's...
Research room available.
I'm fine right here, thank you.
Wouldn't you be more comfortable in a research room?
Meaning everyone else would be more comfortable. What an awful, feeling that you're some, alien creature. You're just a human.
Beckett, how you doing?
Counselor. Huh.
Whatever, sir.
Did you find a lawyer?
I'm a lawyer.
So yeah, he's going to try to represent himself.
Hey, how's your baby?
She's wonderful. Great.
What's her name?
Clarice.
That's a beautiful name.
Named her after my sister.
Nice. I wonder why he came over to speak to him in the first place. Okay.
How'd they find out you have the AIDS?
Yeah.
One of the partners noticed a lesion on my forehead.
Could have been anything.
Yeah, could have been anything.
Partners deducing that you have AIDS and terminating you on the basis of that conclusion.
That's a good point. Common knowledge around the offer lesions were caused by AIDS.
Ooh. It's interesting. He's trying to help him. Whether he prepared to represent him or not, he's still trying to help him.
3, prohibits discrimination against otherwise qualified handicapped persons who are able to perform the duties required by their employment.
Held that AIDS is protected as a handicap under law, but because the prejudice surrounding AIDS exacts a social death which precedes the actual physical one.
How long does he have left? 6 weeks later. Whoa, okay. So then why didn't they fire the woman that presented lesions? Oh my god, look how much shorter he is. That's me standing next to anyone.
Good, very good. Welcome. Summons for you. Have a good day. Hey, Dr. J, how are you?
He did it! Oh my god, he's representing him.
Need a lawyer for anything. You give me
If you ever need a lawyer,
anything, let me know. See you in court.
pass your card around. I see you in court.
Yeah, the TV guy.
Now, regarding Andy, I want to know everything about his personal life. What deviant groups or organization would he belong to? Andy brought AIDS into our office.
We ought to be suing him, Bob.
Wow.
Andrew Beckett proposes to haul me.
They're so, personally offended by it.
To call me a bigot.
Beckett doesn't want to go to court.
But if it could be transmitted through just going in the bathrooms, then would you never be able to go to a public bathroom?
But it's not because he has AIDS. You didn't know he was sick, did you, Bob?
Holy shit, did you, Bob?
No, not really.
I think it's great that you're asking, Andy, but...
All right, thank you, brother. You're my kid brother. That's all that matters, okay?
They've been through so much already, and...
The way that you've handled this whole thing, you and Miguel with so much courage,
They're so supportive.
make us feel anything but incredibly proud of you.
Oh.
I didn't raise my kids to sit in the back of the bus. You get in there and you fight for your rights.
Hell yeah. What awesome parents. What the heck? They're so cute. That's so big of them. I'm glad he's got a great support system in his family. 7 months later.
Forget everything you've seen on television and in the movies. There's not going to be any last-minute surprise witnesses. Presented simple fact.
I think it's even more telling and moving that he's representing Andrew as someone who has had fear and prejudice against homosexuals himself. That's huge of him.
But no matter how you come to judge, fact of the matter is, when they fired Andrew Beckett because he had AIDS, they broke the law.
Fact. Andrew Beckett's performance, oftentimes mediocre, flagrantly incompetent. He claims he's the victim of lies and deceit. It was Andrew Beckett who lied. Did not know that Andrew Beckett had AIDS when they fired him. Andrew Beckett is dying.
God.
Because his lifestyle, his reckless behavior,
wow,
has cut short his life.
Just sad because
his rage.
She's playing it like he was being so like promiscuous, but it seemed like he's just with his partner Miguel.
Said that you were impressed and delighted.
Ooh.
Quality of Andrew Beckett's work.
Impressed and delighted.
Delighted with certain aspects of Andy's efforts. I found the work to be merely satisfactory.
Do you agree that a bologna sandwich is a satisfactory meal, whereas caviar and baked Alaska, that might be considered a delightful meal?
We object. These gastronomical comments are irrelevant to the...
5 months ago, characterized Andrew Beckett as caviar. Now he's bologna sandwich.
That's so silly.
Powerful force has caused him to change his mind.
What powerful force the...
He's amplified his answer. Objection sustained.
All right, Mr. Laird, explain this to me like I'm a 4-year-old, okay?
He loves this. Explain like I'm a 6-year-old, 2-year-old, 4-year-old.
But you are gay, aren't you?
Well, I don't see how that's any of your business. Yes, I am.
Good for him.
Do you think that homosexuals deserve special treatment?
Special treatment?
All straight men are created equal. It says all men are created equal, man.
All right, yes.
You're not getting a little light in the sneakers, are you, pal?
I don't know what that means. But they found it hilarious.
I'm changing. I'm on the prowl. And I'm looking for a hunk. Not just any hunk. I mean a man, a real man.
Are you terrified?
Hey, knock it off. That's not funny.
Let me tell you something. But a law's been broken. You remember the law, don't you? Face and arms were caused by AIDS?
Definitely. I told all the partners.
How did Walter Kenton treat you after you told him you had AIDS?
So this is the woman?
Look on his face. Oh, God, here comes that woman with AIDS.
Thank you, Miss Benedict.
How did you contract the AIDS virus?
Through a transfusion.
Oh, wow.
There was no behavior on your part which caused you to be infected with the virus.
Behavior.
I guess.
Trying to act like that's a different...
But I don't consider myself any different from anyone else with this disease. I'm not guilty. I'm not innocent.
You're a human who can contract a disease. Us humans, we can contract diseases for all sorts of reasons.
You may step down, Mrs. Benedict.
I can't believe that they're trying to pretend that they didn't notice anything.
Oh my God, that's so risky for her. Good for her, because these are her employers as well, right?
I think counsel tends to oversimplify the issue.
Oh, thank you, Miss Burton.
Because two things can be true at the same time. So that's why they never fired the woman, because she didn't behave in homosexual behavior. I guess they'd call it behavior. She simply got a transfusion.
I saw you on television. I'm a law student at Penn.
Oh, right. How are you?
All right.
How cool.
It's a good school, Penn. I just wanted to tell you, this case, it's tremendously important. I think you're doing a fantastic job.
That's awesome.
All right.
You graduate.
Give out your card, King. Give out your card.
Would you like to have a drink with me? I don't pick up people in drugstores every day.
What, you think I'm gay?
Aren't you?
He just said he had a wife.
Do I look gay to you?
Do I look gay to you?
You know how to kick you for the last one.
Take it as a compliment.
Oh.
The kind of bullshit that makes people hate you a little.
You want to try and kick my ass, Joe?
Well, it's not necessarily that. It's that he's clearly taken and married, and that's day 10.
All of a sudden, Jamie comes in with the complaint in his hand. Jamie ran it over the court just in time, and Mr. Beckett just kept saying, I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't understand this.
May I?
Certainly.
Had Mr. Beckett ever made such a mistake before? Had he ever misplaced or misfiled something before?
Hiding an important doc few hours and then making it.
God, he looks really ghostly, white, and sickly.
They found out Andy was sick. We have lawyers who've had prostate cancer, leukemia. No one sandbagged them.
Did you have something to do with this file being lost? Are you a homosexual?
What?
Well, answer the question. Are you a homo? Are you gay?
What the heck? He's trying to elicit an angry response? Maybe he's trying to get a certain reaction from him?
Everybody in this courtroom is thinking about sexual orientation. Who does what to whom and how they do it. Let's get it out of the closet. Because this case is not just about AIDS, is it? Our fear of homosexuals translated into the firing of this particular homosexual.
In this courtroom, Mr. Miller, justice is blind.
With all due respect, Your Honor, we don't live in this courtroom, no, do we?
No, we don't. Stay the defense's objection.
Any women on board?
Oh my God.
During these long voyages, hundreds of hard-working, robust young...
Oh my God.
God-given hormonal instincts. Anything going on?
Going on? Like what? What?
That's hilarious.
Is down below making flippy-flop?
We had one guy like that.
You mean a homosexual?
No, this kind of behavior was not acceptable.
Well, going naked is probably...
A latrine after 10 of us had used it.
Oh!
A lesson, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Ugh.
It's like firing Andrew Beckett taught him a lesson.
Deepest sympathy and compassion for people like Melissa contracted this terrible disease through no fault of their own.
Wow, through no fault of their own. Oh my gosh.
That stuff is saving your life.
What's the matter with you tonight?
Huh?
Your life is just a little bit important to him. So you might want to care for your life the way he does.
You are worried. We don't have very much time left now, aren't you?
Exactly.
No. I'm going to start planning my memorial service. Preparing for the inevitable.
Maybe you should think about it.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. That's so sad. I'm so glad it's now preventable with vaccinations and stuff, but God, it was wiping people out.
I've got a better idea.
Isn't it crazy how a human can heal from their thigh bone, one of their largest bones, being cracked in half, breaking a bone, but you get some sort of disease internally and it can be over like that.
Take care of Joe, Maria.
What's his costume?
Alive tonight?
A bulletin board?
So you like it? I'm a lawsuit.
Oh, a suit with the law on it.
Do I know you?
Mona Lisa.
Ah.
Mona Lisa. I couldn't bear the thought of my partner, I can't even bear the thought, but also Joe's character is so awesome. He's become such a, he's so brave and just badass to come from being so fearful and uncomfortable around homosexual people to being where he is today. He should be so damn proud of himself.
As a kid, you're taught that queers are funny, queers are weird. They're a danger to little kids, and that all they want to do...
The only danger to little kids are pedophiles, no matter what sexuality they are. They're messed up.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
It's testimony. We got a big day on Monday.
But that's why I think you should be really proud, Joe. You're badass.
Do you ever pray?
Yes, I pray.
What do you pray for?
I don't know. I pray that my baby is healthy. I pray that the Phillies win the pennant. Can we go through these questions? The circumstances in which you joined the firm.
There's a possibility I won't be around to see the end of this trial.
Yes, I've considered that.
Wow.
Do you mind this music? Do you like opera?
He is not answering the questions.
I am not that familiar with opera, Andrew.
Oh, this is my favorite aria. It's Maria Callas. Set fire to her house.
Oh.
And her mother died. The place that cradled me is burning. Do you hear the heartache in her voice? Can you feel it, Joe? Oh, that single cello. It said, live still. I am life.
Heaven is in your eyes.
Is everything around you blood and the mud? I am divine. I am oblivion. I am the God that comes down from the heavens, a heaven. I am.
I'd better get out of here. Lisa's,
I'll look over the Q&A.
No, you're ready. You're ready.
Doesn't seem to have long left, does he?
Got it.
So how would the lawsuit continued if he died? God, that is an adorable baby. You are so cute. It's crazy how recently gay marriage has been legalized in so many countries. Like why does it need to be illegal? I don't know. It's heartbreaking. It's such a non-issue that we as humans must make an issue because we like to have, I don't know, an us and an other. So he's on the witness stand now.
I do.
Please be seated.
Atheists get such a cheat code out of that. They're like, sure. I'm kidding. It's against the law.
They were the most prestigious firm in Philadelphia.
I like how he says were.
Particularly Charles. He was the kind of lawyer I thought I wanted to be, possessed of an encyclopedic knowledge of the law. Underneath an elegant surface, he has an adventurous spirit.
Beautifully, beautifully said, my God.
You ever tell Charles Wheeler you were gay?
No, I didn't. I'm supposed to have a personal life, really. Did plan to tell Charles. Oh, something happened at the racket club.
There's a faking orgasm. That reminds me of the hairdresser.
How'd that make you feel?
Relieved. That I never told him I was gay. Very relieved.
Are you a good lawyer, Andrew?
I'm an excellent lawyer.
Hell yeah.
I love the law. I know the law.
What do you love about the law, Andrew?
You get to be a part of justice being done. Quite a thrill when that happens.
I think that's exactly how Joe feels as well. That he's bringing justice regardless of his beliefs.
Do you take risks?
Yes, calculated risks. You have to.
You take risks every day by driving. How dare you get in a car accident? You chose the risk of driving, even though it's a dangerous thing to do.
Have you ever been to the Stallion Showcase Cinema?
I've been to that theater 3 times in my life.
What kind of movies do they show there?
Gay movies.
Do men have sex with each other in that theater?
Some men.
Have you ever had sex with anyone in that theater?
Once.
Were you aware there was a fatal disease out there called AIDS?
I've heard of a thing.
Wow. But there's so many illnesses you can contract through straight intercourse.
No, I could use some water.
Would you bring Mr. Beckett some water, please?
As a homosexual forced to conceal one's sexuality, isn't it true that you've spent your life pretending to be something you're not? And dishonesty has become
Your Honor,
second.
Wow.
Mr. Beckett, were you living with...
Yeah, no one actually lives with any secrets except for homosexual people. You're so right, ma'am.
Anonymous sexual encounter in the porn theater. So you could have infected him, isn't that right? You could have infected Mr. Alvarez at that time.
Did he cheat on Miguel? Oh, that's awful.
That the lesions on your face were visible to the people that you worked with, correct?
It is the only conclusion I could come to.
Because your work was solid.
Can you see from 3 feet away?
At the time I was fired.
Yeah.
Isn't there much?
Exactly, at the time of...
I can't really see.
At this present time.
I think this would be a good time to break for the day.
It'd be like asking me, Jade, can you see any chickenpox scars on your face? Even though in 2017 I did have adult chickenpox. But right now I can't see any.
You know, everyone here could get an accurate idea of...
Yes, exactly. What was at that time...
Influence the jury.
How would it unfairly influence them?
Mr. Beckett, would you please remove your shirt?
Oh, that's a lot.
On your chest in this mirror.
Yes.
Now, frisbee that mirror back to the lady. But that is a lot of lesions. My God. And yes, I had adult chickenpox in 2017, and it was the worst sickness I've ever had in my life. And I was overseas. I was in Iceland and then in Paris. I was deluded. I was so sick.
At the time of his departure,
I know it's not the same as AIDS, but chickenpox cause physical lesions.
did you fire Andrew Beckett because he had AIDS?
No, I did not fire because he had AIDS.
Most importantly,
Oh my God, is he okay? Is he gonna pass out?
The friendly pats on the back exchange, black guys exchange.
Whoa.
Who makes these rules that you're talking about, huh?
What's going on?
Read your Bible,
Andrew.
Mr. Miller.
Oh.
And the New Testament.
There you go. I hope the jury just listened to that.
Excuse me.
Okay. Please don't tell me that it's it for him.
It's not working. It's making it worse. Did you notice any changes whatsoever?
Oh, God, Andrew.
Were these changes for the better or for the worse?
No, I didn't. And I think I'm going to regret that for as long as I live.
Ooh,
Who am I going to put in that plane?
your best.
Or am I going to give that assignment to my best pilot?
The best.
The very best I got.
Yep.
Would somebody please explain it to me? Like I'm a 6-year-old?
Okay, Joe.
Turn number 8. Agree.
3 days later, the verdict, but
For back pay and loss of benefits, we award $143,000. For mental anguish, and $100,000. And for punitive damages, $4,782,000.
You may record the verdict.
Andy's not there.
This trial is now concluded.
Where's Andy?
I'll see you at the hospital.
Okay.
Okay, so he's just still in hospital, but he's alive, right?
Hey, way to go.
What do you call 1,000 lawyers chained together at the bottom of the ocean?
I don't know.
A good start. Excellent work, counselor.
It was great working with you. I better go.
Yeah. Sure thing. Thanks for stopping by.
Keep it up nice, will you?
Gonna give him your card.
I'll see you tomorrow, buddy, okay?
Try to get some rest, okay?
Oh, you too, John.
see you first thing tomorrow.
Baby, see you tomorrow.
Come on, sweetheart.
She puts on such a brave face for her son.
My sweet boy.
They're such amazing parents. Miguel has such beautiful eyes.
I'm ready.
Hello? Joe, it's Miguel.
What an awful, painful way to go. I'm so, it's so overwhelming how much this was just a huge part of, the 80s and 90s, and yet it's something so, I don't know, not as big anymore, and it's just, obviously it still can occur, of course, and especially through, a mother giving birth to a child and stuff, but other than, of course, war and violence and human cruelty, disease is the second, scariest thing to me. It's just... It's so unfair. And how your own body can betray you. So scary. I really thought I was going to get through this movie without crying. God damn it. Alrighty, everyone. That was Philadelphia. And yeah, just such a sad part of history, that very recent history that is I don't know, it made people so fearful and hateful of like adults who are the same sex that love each other, which is such a non-issue. I can't even believe how much of a non-issue that should be, and yet it was such an issue because fear makes humans need to just other people and make it like a whole separate issue, even though, you know, heterosexual people can contract it as well, of course, but it's just, I don't know, just a very, very sad, like, time. And I think that, I don't know, it is just, yeah, I think it's also very impressive and awesome, once again, how a character like Joe, where he began and he was like admitting that he's like, yeah, I probably am homophobic, I'm scared of them and I don't trust, like he was so against homosexuality, he felt it was so unnatural, so bizarre, so wrong, but he cared more for the justice and the equality of a human than he did for his own biased preferences. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude, that's so cool. That is so human, is to care about justice and equality and just what's right and morality for your fellow humans. And hopefully people care about that for their pets and animals too. But especially for your fellow human, and to, you know, recognize that above your own prejudice or fears, you know. So that was really big of Joe, and he's an awesome character for coming through the other side, fighting for something he doesn't personally believe in, you know, like being homosexual, but still fighting for his rights as a human being. That's really what humans can come down to, and that's the best of humanity. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and like I said, if you haven't already checked out my Patreon, you can in the description and pinned comment. Otherwise, stay tuned on YouTube, and I will see you all for the next one. Please leave your suggestions down below, and yeah, thank you all so much. Bye!